by a bunch of bars and I heard these guys outside spilling tea to each other. This one guy was so giddy because he's in a new relationship or something. He's like, yeah, she's so cute. She's so pretty. And they're like, oh man, you're in love. You're in love. He's talking about how she has the best smile. And his friends were giggling. They were giggling like little girls. Did guys do this? They were like so happy for him. Like, well, she's not like Amanda at all. Who's Amanda? I want the tea. He's like, yeah, she showed up to my house with wine and a charcuterie board. Bro, you actually value this girl for coming over with cheese and crackers?
Absolutely, men can get giddy over the right woman. And for sure, what you ladies don't understand, that a man's friends group are way more supportive than even women. Like, women get jealous, and men, that doesn't happen. Men will get motivated before getting jealous. And lastly, it is not about the cheese and crackers. It is about the effort. And if on top of that, she's attractive and she has a good personality, yeah, that man is going to be giddy.
Men everywhere have FOBC, fear of being a creep, okay? Men don't approach women anymore because of FOBC. They don't want to be viewed as a creep. They don't want to be rejected, especially hot men. The only men that are going up to women and approaching them are ugly. So if I see one more video of a man talking about a woman having to be more approachable, I'm just gonna tell you this straight up from just experience. I tried that, okay? That is a waste of your damn time. It doesn't matter how approachable you are. A man does not ever get the courage to go up to you because they have FOBC. Men who are good looking aren't approaching women because they've never been rejected in their whole entire life. A lot of these men who are attractive have played sports. They've done achievements. They've done this and that. They were viewed by their mommy as the best thing that ever happened. So if you want an attractive man, you're gonna have to talk to them. They are in no way, shape, or form going to put themselves in a vulnerable state of being rejected, especially in settings like gyms, bars, in front of all your friends. Hell no. Go up to him and say something so stupid, even you would laugh. And I'm telling you, it will work.
A man watches this right now. What do you think he thinks about you?
He's probably gonna think that we're because we're on 6th Street. I'm not a sufficient woman because I am outside.
Right. We're not good women because we're outside. But we don't give a damn.
Birthday,
do you pay my bills? No.
It's my birthday, so I had to take off. I had to take off my 7 days a week to party.
Well, let's be real. Why would a man want a woman who is out here?
It don't matter.
I just feel like
I'm just gagging at these questions. Can I get a different one?
I can answer this one.
Some real.
You answer that question again, I'm so sorry.
Would you date a guy who you met out here?
No.
I have. It was one of my greatest relationships, I can't lie to you.
One of your greatest relationships?
It was, strangely. Meeting somebody
She's
outside.
lying.
It was a nice relationship.
Where's he at now?
He's in Tennessee.
Anyways, we don't with on 6th Street. If you go to 6th Street, you ain't.
They immediately went into a coping mechanism because they know they're acting stupid.
Thing people want to take in a divorce. It's not the first thing, it's the last thing. Whatever they can to strip the other partner of everything they can. We had a client who had gotten everything out of her husband, everything. The only thing she didn't get was his in a jar. And the last thing she did on the way out to Florida, and he's staying here in New York, was she took his snowblower. Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, because that's it. She knew that's what he would use is the snowblower, and it's going to be a big winter, and that made her feel good.
Do you see that often?
Oh, I see that often. I see that little dig, you know. I've seen it where the clients, they're going towards the elevator, and I've just cleaned up for my client. We've gotten everything. We've gotten things we should have never gotten. And I look at my client, and I say, what's wrong? And they go, they're smiling. And I go, what? The other side is smiling. I said, they can't be. They lost everything. They don't have me anymore, and it's making them happy. And I'm like,
okay, we're finna get rid of hippopotamus tree trunk.
Oh, I don't give a about you calling me hippopotamus. I'm a big mama. You can't even handle it. You couldn't even pick that up, that little pea-sized girl. Get the out of here, fake strong, steroid take.
I mean, who would want to be involved with that? Look at the way she's holding the mic. You know she's a problem.
Babe, please, I'll cook for you, I'll clean for you, I'll do all your laundry, babe, please. I want you again, babe, please.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
Do you not have any other clothes? Why are you out there like that? Looking a fool? Acting a fool? They will do this for a Chad and a Tyrone. But let a man, a good man, say, you know, I'm really ready to take care of you. I'm really ready to do anything and everything that you want me to do. You want me to build a house with my bare hands? I've got the land. Just say the word. I've got the supplies coming in this afternoon. I'm ready to start right away. Just tell me what you want, the specifications and everything. You don't know how to build a house. I can find out. I can hire somebody. I can get somebody to help me come out here and figure out what we need to do. Men will do that. But they want a man that's going to leave them outside in their underwear at night, begging, talking about, I'll do this, I'll do that. Anything, just let me in. Embarrassing yourself.
Do not ever get filler or anything like that. I'm so against it because this is the result of me having to dissolve my lips after getting filler, and I'm actually really scared. Like, I've got to face the repercussions. If this isn't the result of dissolve a complication, then I don't know what is. Used to it. Lips are literally shaped. It's insane. And I can't stop pouting like that. I may as well take advantage of the fact that my lips are swollen. And this is obviously results of stupidity. Yeah, here I am.
Yeah, you definitely look stupid. Like, what in the world was wrong with your face before? What were you thinking was going to happen afterwards?
The only thing that will you better than me is karma.
I'm going to stay with karma. You know, we've had our problems, but I think we're going to work through things.
Worst job like a guy could have?
I don't know, like a blue collar worker? Working too much.
Like someone that works too much.
Yeah.
Two different ends of it. There's people who ostracize us, and it's like literally only about our actual, like, they don't care about us, they care about like my belly. It's weird. Like, whenever I go out, I get hit on all the time. They think I want it more because I am big, but it's like all the time, you know what I mean? And
erroneous. You know what? I don't think it's a because if you think about it historically, women didn't used to be skinny. Like, women used to be like much fatter than we see nowadays.
What? Yeah, certain historical periods, but I mean, you look at like if you're talking about statues in Greek culture. Look at
they weren't like stick thin. They had some curves, but they were not like anywhere approaching obese.
Right. They weren't obese, but they had the body. You know, like in the Russian culture, like we're from Russia, we can, you know, it was considered to be beautiful for a woman to be.
Wait, in Russia?
Yeah,
Russia is my
bro.
Russia,
if you're, I'm sorry, if you're used to be.
Yeah, used to be. Not
Who cares about what used to be?
But I'm saying, like, we're still wired the same way.
No. It's not wired though. Like wired is being attracted to healthy bodies. Obese is not healthy.
Once again, these modern women think that they're the main character in everybody's story. And when they find out to the contrary, they got to find some type of coping mechanism to insert themselves back into the conversation. It really, at some point in time, does get absolutely ridiculous.
I don't care who I am. Take that nasty ass vest off.
Man, I don't care. It's work.
It's work. Take that off, use some Tide and watch that baby. Make me. Yeah. Cause I put my finger and my pictures in your face.
Is you done?
Bitch ass boy. No, I'm finished.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Make me go.
You want somebody to do something to you?
I don't want nobody to do nothing to me, baby. Your mama gonna be crying about you.
Your folk gonna be crying about you.
My mama dead.
I said your folk.
Don't you mean?
I ain't say nothing about your mama.
Don't you never in your life.
Don't so miss me.
Now what you gonna do about that?
Don't so miss me. I swear to God, like.
Yeah, do something with your bad ass. That's what I thought. Give me my pictures. Okay, well, call the manager then. Call the manager then.
I'm gonna go back that way.
Yeah. You telling him he ain't watching my mama just died February talking about your mama. I don't play no games where I'm from. You don't play mama games.
Your folks gonna be crying.
No, they ain't gonna be crying. You gonna be crying because you don't even know who the f I am. What the I don't give about you. Right there. I don't play no game. I'm talking to somebody else about somebody else. He talking all this nonsense. He don't talk to me like that. He don't talk to me like that. Give me my pictures. My pictures up there too. Don't nobody touch me. You know, talk about my mom. I just lost my mom in February. I don't play that. Nah, that cheap ass phone ain't my phone. Yeah. I better get y'all employees in check, okay? Yes, ma'am. Nobody touches me, period. I understand. Oh, God. I understand. Yes, ma'am. Ain't nobody ever gonna touch you. I promise.
This actually needs to be reviewed by Walmart, and she actually needs to be banned from that Walmart acting that way, throwing stuff at people. This is, we don't speak to men because it's never just a hello. It's never just a hi. They always want something from us. We can't trust men around us or anybody else. We got to protect ourselves. Isn't that what they told us? Protect you from what when you acting like that? What are we talking about here? In the first part, she threw her pictures at the man. And the man didn't even say anything about her mom. She said that. She's still hollering and screaming. For what? Talking about him. Leave him alone. And in another video, this is what I was talking about. When they were showing the man trying to blast him. And in that one I said, I know you're trying to approach this woman. There's nothing that's going to come good out of this. When she says to leave her alone, you're going to end up on TikTok. They're going to try to embarrass you. They're going to try to get you fired from your job because they're in their feelings. They're in their emotions. The man came up to me. We said we was married, and then he kept on trying to get at us. All we said was no. And they present themselves as doing the right thing. But then when you actually see the footage, they were talking to a man sideways. They aren't as innocent as they try to portray themselves to be. And it's these exact same different situations, but the exact same concept here. They portray themselves when a woman comes up to the cash register and tries to, ain't nobody gonna be putting their hands on you. Ain't nobody gonna be trying to calm down the situation. They portray them, oh, he said this and he did that and this and that. They don't put in the part where they was acting a fool. Unless they absolutely have to. And when it comes down to it, where the camera says, well, you did this to him. Well, I only did that because of this, and this. Well, the camera shows a different story because the camera said you did X, Y, and Z. And we heard you, well, but the camera didn't pick up what y'all didn't hear. And it's always another excuse for them to act like they don't got no sense. For them to continue to disrespect men and talk to men sideways and treat men just like this. Yikes.
All right, if she's got any of these tattoos, I suggest you cut her off and focus on yourself, bro. The butterfly tat. If she got a butterfly tat, she's not ran through, she's flown through. You get it? These women think they can explore in their 20s and finally settle down at 35, but you're not a caterpillar, babes. You can't transform from a to a housewife. You get it? Allow it. Angel numbers. She thinks the universe is sending her messages. Little does she know the universe has also sent you a message. 222-333-444-555. That's not divine alignment. That's her body count. Stay woke. The snake tat. That's her true form. You get it? Ask her about her previous relationships. She's gonna tell you the past doesn't matter. She thinks she can shed her old skin and be reborn whenever she feels like it. You may have fooled the last guy, but man's the snake charmer. You get it? I'm the one doing the hypnotizing, babes. Allow it. A rose tat. If she got a rose tat, just know she's not capable of being loved. Cause she don't need a man to get her flowers. She gave one to herself. You get it? Last thing you want to do is deal with an overly independent.
This man was cooking. All facts.
So would you be with me if I was still doing my show?
Like a different show or this show?
This show.
No, I don't think I could.
No.
Yeah. No.
He's trying to get me cancelled here.
It's also like a visual thing. Like if this is your girlfriend and then all of a sudden like all the people are like, oh, who's his girlfriend? And all the clips like her entire page is just her on dates with people. It's like, It's like you're Bonnie Blue of like the dating world. Do you know what I mean?
Don't ever say that again. Ever.
No, but you are.
Clip that now.
You're the Bonnie Blue of like the interview world.
Don't ever compare me interviewing people on camera. That's a disgraceful comparison. Disgraceful.
This is going well. Like everyone is using you. You get what I mean?
Okay, and it was lovely to meet you.
No, but like she did not like that, but I kind of liked it.
This is going terribly.
Like everyone comes through, you know what I mean?
No, not everyone comes through. We have a very selective guest list.
Right.
You have to be of some stature to come on this show, okay?
Yeah, she's for the streets, I can tell.
I mean, you barely made it, to be honest. It is called grilling after all. Oh, but they sent me in, I was like, if it was Tyreek, maybe.
That's great.
I absolutely hate when y'all say there's a man out there that can do any and everything under the sun for you. They're all ugly. They're all ugly. I refuse. Ah! Quit saying it. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying.
Again, we're seeing that these women, these modern women, they're not sending out their best players. They're not sending out their best soldiers at all.
I don't give a if a woman is ugly or pretty. An ugly woman is still worth more than a man. So a lot of y'all got in my comments. Somebody said I look like a man. Somebody said I look like Dennis Rodman. Somebody said I was a bird brand. Somebody called me and I knew the man was gonna get mad, but instead of getting mad, I feel like y'all should do your research and educate yourselves on why I said this. And I feel like it's not a gender war. I'm not on some, I don't really give a man because I'm very self-centered, so I don't really care. But I'm letting women know it doesn't matter if you was ugly, but ugly, hideous, ugly as you're still more invaluable than a man, especially in society. Biologically, women can birth life, women can birth children, women can birth a whole nother human being. So automatically, biologically, women have an advantage of a man.
So let me get this straight. She said she needed to expound on it, and then her explanation of it was stupid.
My boyfriend for a year, and we've had conversations about marriage. He bought up a tattoo of my child's father's name on my butt and said I needed to cover it before we could get married. I explained I wouldn't cover it because my child's father gave me the greatest blessing, our child. The tattoo is sentimental, so covering his name isn't an option. He gave me an ultimatum saying it's either him or the tattoo. I don't think that's fair. It's just a tattoo. It doesn't affect our relationship. He just packed his bags, threw his key on the bed, and ended our relationship. To add insult to injury, he told me to ask my child's father to pay the rent this month. Do that, you say what?
Goddamn right. Leading a boy into masculine manhood.
No, I absolutely think it's a hard job.
So many of our boys are so soft today is because so many women are like yourself, not under anyone's leadership. You're a woman outside of anybody's leadership. You didn't marry a father. You had a baby before you had a wedding. That's already a problem. And then you're trying to raise a boy, and then you're going to question why men are what they are. Women like you make the very men you complain about.
Absolutely.
So don't ask me about why men aren't holding men accountable when this all starts with women like you.
That was a sucky interview, I'm not gonna lie. You gotta come up with some crazy questions. Like, you gotta ask something crazy like, why do you hate your ex? Or why don't you break up with your ex? Like, something crazy.
Why you out like that?
How down?
You don't have no cover. You said good questions, there it is. I can see them. I can see it.
See what? You're looking too hard.
She wanted a good question. That's a good question right there.
So I've just got this comment from Haley saying you're old, you're ugly, you're not funny, get off the internet. Wow, that hurts. So I've looked Haley up. I've done a bit of research on Haley, looked her up. Turns out that Haley's actually a beautician, okay, at a spa resort, which actually isn't too far from here, not far down the road. So I've just jumped on the website and had a bit of a look at the spa. And it turns out it's one of these spas that does everything, massage, remedial massage, relaxation, haircuts, the whole kit and caboodle. They do the lot. So I rang the spa up and I got a hold of the manager and I asked if I could actually request a certain beautician to do it. She said, yeah, that's fine. So I've requested Haley, I've made a booking. Guess what, Haley? Tomorrow you're going to be waxing my back, sack and crack, love. You might not think I'm funny, but I think that's going to be
hilarious.
Honestly, with the way some of these modern women be talking, they need a little humbling.
Please comment the meanest things a guy has said to you. It's for research purposes and I'm being serious. So here we go. Oh, bro, this one, yeah. Go. Sweeten me. Go. Sweeten me. Go. You've told me how upset you are like 50 times and I've cared maybe twice. Him staring at me, the girl. What are you looking at? Him. I'm trying to decide if you're pretty or not.
What's my thoughts on childbirth versus getting kicked in the I think there's infinitely more chance of me being kicked in the than me birthing a child. But that's probably just me being old-fashioned. What in terms of what's the worst pain? Yeah, very few guys get kicked in the sort of 9 months later go, do you know what, I could go for that again. Plenty of people out there with more than one kid, so I don't know. But people talk about pain thresholds, don't they? What's your name? Come on, you know this. Okay, Charlotte. So Charlotte, people talk about pain thresholds, and a lot of women think women have got a higher pain threshold than men, right? Do you think that? Yeah, it's bull. And I can prove it, Charlotte. I hurt your feelings just by saying that.
First of all, living separately is great. I don't think you should move in with a partner beforehand, my opinion.
That's fine, I wouldn't want to.
So, really, why?
Weird that you had that little tick and switch, because it's exactly what you want, yet now it's offensive. But keep going.
I want you to fight for me, you know?
I'll fight anybody. I'll fight you right now.
Okay, well,
get the hell out of here. What do you want?
Not that.
Don't shoot the messenger. Feminism told y'all be strong, independent, and alone. And y'all followed it to the grave. Y'all pushed all the good men away, called submission slavery, and think being difficult is cute. Now y'all 35 and tired, looking around like, oh, where the good men at? Sis, they moved on. Real men want peace, not problems in a lace front and a loud voice. Feminism sold y'all freedom, but they didn't mention the price. Loneliness.
When men say 100 women versus accountability, can you give an example of what you mean by that?
Turn them comments off. The more and more I be on here, the more and more I see women asking questions to men, and then you go and say, okay, what are men saying in the comments? Nothing. They not saying nothing because they turned the comments off and they not gonna turn them back on. Y'all really don't want to hear anything other than what you actually want to hear. And when the comment section doesn't go like you want it to go, then you're going to turn them off. Oh, well, I turned it off because men were being mean. They've been rude. They've been jerks. Probably a good number of men in there doing exactly what you said. But how about getting out of your feelings and then looking and seeing, oh, actually, there's another part of the group here in the comments that's answering the question. Maybe I should take that as my feedback and move on with my life. But too many times we have to coddle modern women and say things exactly the way they want it to be said, or they don't hear you.
Yes, but I fix your car, open door for you, buy flowers. I hospitalize men that tried to rob your purse last week. Is this not enough?
Well, words matter too.
Words did not grandfather in the Great War. You want words? Okay, here. I make you poem. Roses are red, vodka is clear. You drive me crazy like Lada switching gears. You like soft words? I fix your flat tire. Why you want romance when I save you from fire?
Delusional to think that you deserve everything from a man that you're giving nothing to. You want him to bring you the moon and the stars, and all you offering him is a couple body parts. A couple body parts.
Hi, I'm Coco.
Right.
Oh, perfect. I race motorcycles.
Streets, left. Just say lime scooters and I'm backhand.
I'm also a Girl Scout, like camp counselor. Does that make me sweeter and softer now?
How in the world are you a camp counselor looking like that? Who are you counseling? Who wants you to counsel their kids?
People trust you around their kids?
Yeah.
I would trust you with mine.
Yeah, perfect. I could have them too.
Holy Not on birth control?
Not today.
How's the family in your life?
I have no dad.
You have no dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we got
it. Right.
Perfect.
Right.
Once a girl put that tattoo across her chest, she's committed to her lifestyle. You're not changing her. That's like dry concrete. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
This is a message for the men, specifically fathers. This past weekend, I was really tired and I asked my husband, hey, would you take care of our kids for just 45 more minutes while I close my eyes a little bit longer? And he said, yeah, sure, no problem, as long as you go pick up all of the sticks that I was gonna pick up this morning. Red flag, I know, okay? But I was like, yeah, sticks, sure, I'll pick them up. He wanted me to throw piles of sticks into a dump trailer. So I'm like, you're telling me I can sleep for 45 more minutes and then get up and go throw sticks into a dump trailer by myself, alone, in the peace and quiet, in nature, on this beautiful day? Yeah, bet, buddy, I'll go throw sticks into a dump trailer. So I did. And they weren't really sticks. They were like 15-foot branches. But I did it and I enjoyed it because I was alone and no one was climbing on me. And it was great. So men, your job is not that hard. Stop complaining. Your job is a break for us mothers. And before you ask, well, how did the sticks get there? I bet your husband cut them all down and piled them up. Yes, he did. But I wish I did that too, okay? Because cutting some sticks down, snip, snip, cutting branches off, out in nature, in the peace and quiet, with a nice cold beverage, that would have been so therapeutic. So stop complaining about all of the hard work you do. It's not that hard. We can do it too. And we want to do it.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing that we need to be arguing about. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be here with the kids. You're going to be out there doing that. Starting tomorrow. And we going to do it consistently. I'm going to be inside doing whatever. And I'm not saying that your job isn't hard. I'm just saying the way modern women like to minimize what a man is doing. It's got to be rage bait. To be honest with you, it's rage bait. Yeah, I did a little bit more research. This is rage bait. She had another one on her page where it talked about, I think in this one right here, she's talking about essentially having her second child with her husband, obviously, and then her mother-in-law walking into the hospital. And essentially what it was is, why do we have to take the husband's last name? They gave her a hard time about her walking into the hospital, seeing their child as her last name, right? Her child had her last name, the second child. And she was like, well, what's going on? Shouldn't it be the husband's last name? Oh no, we're going to do it this way. Just giving her a hard time. But then after that, she said, well, why do we do it this way? It's just the patriarchy, yada, yada, yada. And we always come back to this argument, which I get where you're coming from. But once again, we see that modern women are capable of having a very limited view of the world, extremely limited, extremely selfish view of what life actually is outside of their purview. Well, you just had fun for 5 minutes. I've carried the baby for 9 months, morning sickness, feet swelling in some cases, gestational diabetes, pain, suffering, a lot of that stuff. So you never want to minimize that, because that's something that I don't think most men would want to go through. But also, I think you don't understand that a lot of times for some of these women, you go to work. If you are working, you go to work, you come home, you're laying down. I won't say relaxing, but your body gets tired, right? And so naturally for you and the baby, I've got to eat something. I have a craving for something. I don't feel like doing something. The man is expected to be right there catering to you. Are you ready to go home? Hey man, I got to leave. Places that he would want to go, things that he would want to do, he cuts out and says, I got to stay home. I got to make sure that everything is protected. Not only that, because I know, just because you have to leave an event or you can't stay in an event or you can't go golfing with your buddy. I get it. I understand it. But we also have to look at a man sacrificing, having to work long, late hours to make sure the baby is provided. Oh, I want to do a baby shower, or I want to have this type of stroller, or we need a bigger car. We need a bigger house. You're not doing all the work. So guess who's going to be working for that? The man. So while you're in the house sleeping, getting your beauty sleep, a man is out there picking up shifts. A man is out there getting overtime on top of overtime on top of overtime. Man is working until his eyes close. Body is about to give out on him. In some instances, the man's body has given out on him. And he's ended up in the hospital from working too hard. And then that's when y'all want to say, y'all got to take a step back. I can't take a step back because I'm trying to make sure my child has what he needs or she needs when she comes into the world. Period. End of story. But y'all to sit up here and get on talking about a man didn't really do anything because he didn't have morning sickness. A man didn't do anything because he didn't have to carry a child for 9 months. It should have my last name. While you carrying it, even before the child, during the child, and after the child gets out the house, the man's job is going to stay the same. When something go bump in the night, I got to get up. Especially when you're old, my body is in pain, it's creaking, I got to get up out of bed and I gotta go see. So now I'm groggy. I can't really even think straight. I'm trying to clear out the cobwebs. I gotta be alert during the night. While you staying in the, oh, what was that? Tired, gotta come back to bed, give you a full report of what it was. And you ain't even moved. Ain't even gone nowhere. At what point in time do you guys say, I'm gonna do something? A man is guaranteeing what you got going on. A man is covering you. That's what you're asking for, is a man to cover you. And when a man covers you, he doesn't get the honor of having his last name for his child, his crew, his family. Y'all don't want to, y'all take every single ounce of what a man has left. Y'all strip him of everything. And then y'all ask him why he's not a man and why he's not leading. Some of you guys say stuff that losers would say.
When my boyfriend proposes to me, I do not want him to ask my dad for his permission. What I do want is for him to inform both my dad and my mom that he plans to propose and approximately when, out of respect. Nobody needs permission to ask me something. That's a decision for me to make. There's no asking. I am not an object.
Generation has girl bossed so hard that they have forgotten men come and ask your dad for your hand in marriage because it is your dad's job to love you, protect you, shield you. And when a man comes and asks for your hand in marriage, he's not asking for property ownership rights. He's saying, can I take over that really important job? Femininity needs to be protected. In order for that to happen, we have to encourage masculinity. But in a world that says, I don't need no man and girl bosses, that's never going to happen.
You know, it never ceases to amaze me how dumb some of these women can actually get. Honestly and truly, I'm not joking. This woman's, you have modern women that will say, I want a man to basically, in so many words, treat me like my father. They won't say that outright sometimes, but they'll just say things like, you know, you've heard, well, if my dad does this for me, if my dog or my cat does this for me, if my mom does this, then I'm not accepting the bare minimum from a man. If my friends do X, Y, and Z, then I'm not accepting the bare minimum from a man. And then you turn right around after praising your dad and then say, but this is the way things are going to go. You turn right around and disrespect him. You essentially pull the rug out from underneath him. You take away, you strip away from him one of the highest honors that he has in being able to help his daughter. He's not picking for you. He's helping you to choose the right person. You take away the honor of him being able to protect you. Well, how do you do that? Because you're telling him, well, this is what we're going to do, regardless of how you feel. I'm thinking of a woman right now. I mean, she was going to marry somebody. Dad was on board with it. He was kind of acting, he was acting silly. But then there was something that happened, like an event or something like that happened. And he said, no, actually, after what I've just experienced, leave him alone and go find somebody else. Those people to this day, happy, couple kids. I think the man's probably put out an album or two. And the album is doing very well, really well. They look like they're doing well because the dad said, you know what? Let me step back really quickly and make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're going in the right direction. But these modern women, they'll override that. And the funny part about it is they'll expect the dad to override, like to look at that and say, that's still my daughter. I'm going to do anything for her. Even though she's disrespected me, I'm still going to do anything for her. I'm thinking about a lady that I used to know. I forget where she is right now, but had, from what she was saying, a terrible childhood. Her dad made her childhood very, very bad. She comes back years later and she said, well, he owes me for all of the stuff that he did, so I'm going to force him to change my oil, pay for my nails, little stuff like that here and there. And he was doing it under the guise of trying to reconnect with her. He was trying to do it under the guise of, maybe if I do all this stuff, then I'll get back in her good graces and I can have a relationship with my daughter and she'll see how sorry I am. But she knew, no, I'm never going to have a relationship with this guy. I'm just going to use him. This is what she's telling me on the phone. And I'm like, why are you over there if he was so bad to you? Well, because he owes me. He owes you. Maybe men and women think about things differently. If there's a bridge that was burned, then the man is saying, well, this is the reality of it. I don't get to keep on going back and forth between the two. I said the bridge was burned and the bridge is done. That's it. End of story. But modern women think they're entitled to so much stuff that they'll cuss you out. And then in the next instance, not pay for my nails. I'm serious. It's the same logic they seem to have when they talk about a man putting his hands on her and then in the next breath talking about, now get in here and give me some. Now get in there and make me a sandwich. Now get in there and cook dinner at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Like, how are you putting your hands on somebody and then requesting that they go and make you something, that they go and do something for you, be happy about it, and do it out of love? Doesn't make any sense. And to add on top of all this complication, you're going to expect your husband, which you're the man that you're planning on marrying, the man that you're planning on becoming your fiance, you're going to expect that man to stand up to your dad and say, no, this is what we're doing. I'm putting my foot on the ground. Sir, you're not going to stop me. What do you think that dad's going to do? All of a sudden, pride, ego, and justifiable comes into play. And now you have caused a storm for no reason between the two of them. Those men might move to throwing hands. Oh, it ain't that big a deal. It is that big of a deal. You got to understand, this man has raised you for 18, 19, 20 years, at least at that point. Maybe even 25, depending on how old you are. And all of a sudden you're saying, we're just going to do whatever we want to do. And I'm going to sick my man on you and tell him, not only am I disrespecting you, I'm going to sick my man on you and tell him to disrespect you too. And it's probably going to be in your house while you're sitting on the couch watching TV. They talk about social intelligence and literally have none. Amazing. They don't get it, man.
I saw a post on here today where the guy was like, dating in 2025 is having the most romantic date ever and literally never speaking again. And I was like, why is that so accurate? Like, it's not even funny. It's that, like, that's really what happens. And then I was like, why? Why are we like this? Because I'm like this too. I've had some phenomenal dates. And the next day the guy texts me and I'm like, I don't know. I don't really want to go out with him again. Can we just dive into this, women and men? Are we just all emotionally unavailable? Are we all avoidant? Are we all just tired and traumatized by the apps? Like, what's happening? Because we do want connection. I mean, we want to find someone. I truly believe that. Humans are wired for companionship, and we're putting ourselves out there. We're on dating apps, we're going on dates. But like the thought of actually dating someone, like going through it, like going to multiple dates and really finding someone, I don't know. What's wrong with all of us? Like, what is happening?
The reason that men tend to be such NPCs under the patriarchy is because most of them are obediently following the script that they've been given called masculinity.
That statement is 100% accurate, but before I agreed with her, just something told me to check her account. It already rubbed me the wrong way because notoriously on this app, women are playing the role of feminine. And both of these things are just like reinforcing each other back and forth. So then I looked.
I want a submissive woman. I want a submissive woman. You want a man. You are attracted to men.
Leveraging homophobia, perpetuating toxic masculinity. I see.
There has never been a better antidote against 50-50 relationships.
A video stating that she's against proportional relationship. Definitely not striving for equal footing.
Let's talk about the cultural impact of Sprinkle Sprinkle and Shira 7.
Endorsing Sprinkle Sprinkle, aka Shira 7, whose entire gimmick is reinforcing the patriarchy. Bringing women down a pipeline of itemizing themselves. In the last one I saw.
I'm sorry, but as an Eastern European woman, I cannot, and I will not condemn Huda's behavior.
Defending Huda, someone who tried to coerce men into having relations with her, and who just overall showed a mental instability. And look, I'm sure there's more. And you know what's crazy? A lot of her videos I saw, and I was like, you know what? That's right. There was some talk of benevolent patriarchy and things of the sort. Like, there was absolutely some good stuff. Don't get it twisted. My thing is, if you're gonna go out of your way to say that men aren't drenching themselves in this view of masculinity and it's making them pretty cookie cutter, boring copy paste, and not point out that women are doing the same thing, and you might want to clean up the logs, is all I'm saying. You talk about predictable, you know, and like, this is not me saying I'm a perfect person myself. I'm just saying, like, someone will say something like this, it's gonna be a boo men post, and the comments are all gonna be like, boo men. But if you look in those likes, if you look in those reposts, you will see patriarchy reinforced every time.
Eastern European is something that I don't think I've ever heard before. What do we need that for?
Here's a question that I would like to ask younger men and men in general. Do you feel that you are authentic when you show up in the world, or do you feel you have to show up in a certain version of you? And here's why I'm asking this. I've made 2 observations recently. One is from Tinder profiles, and number 2 is last night I went out in the club. One of the things I really noticed last night was, here we are at a nightclub. This is one space where you're like, let's go. Like, it's Saturday night, we got our buddies with us, this is like, we're young, we got the world by our tail, let's effing go. We are partying. And then I look around and I see a lot of men just kind of standing on the dance floor or around the sides with zero emotion on their faces. Like, nothing. How are these guys just showing up at the club with just this stoicism? Like, it doesn't, like, something doesn't add up there. It doesn't match. And I see the same thing in Tinder profiles, where I could see 10 pictures of a guy in his profile and not one of them is showing any shred of emotion. And it has me wonder and question that when women's liberation started, women woke up one day, hey, wait a second, like, we have just this one little narrow way of expressing the world. Like, we can only be born to be mothers and, run a vacuum cleaner in our high heels in the living room, and cook dinner for our husbands. Like, at some point women were like, hell no. Absolutely hell no. Like, we need to be able to express way more in this world than just this one narrow path for ourselves. And women just were like, no. And they got things changed. They got a bunch of done, and we're in a lot better place than we've ever been before. And then I look at that same system that did that to women, and I know it's the same system that's doing this to men, that has them show up in a effing nightclub on a Saturday night and stand in the corner without a smile on their face or without any emotion, totally disengaged. And I'm like, why hasn't there been this mass insurrection of men that's like, this is absolutely not okay, that I can't smile in a Tinder profile, I can't laugh with my friends, I can't dance and have a crazy time and genuinely be myself. Like, why have men of all people not been like, absolutely effing not? This is the conversation I want to start. If you guys aren't comfortable putting this in my comment section, slide in my DMs. Let's start a revolution here. There's a really great life out there to be had when you start expressing yourself in a genuine and authentic way.
Well, when you have women getting on here, making videos about men's profiles, oh, I don't like this picture. Oh, I love this picture, but he needs a different shirt. Oh, I like this picture, but I don't like his facial expression. The man smiling. Yeah, I don't like the way he smiles. Oh, I like this picture, but needs a new hairstyle. Ooh, I don't like his shoes. You can't even see his shoes. Yeah, but I feel like with what he's wearing, he would probably be wearing these shoes. And I don't like that. I know I'm right. Argue with your mama. Stupid stuff like that makes men kind of step back and be like, we're not sure how we need to show up out here. We're not sure where we need to be. We're trying to follow you guys and listen to you guys. Really, honestly and truly, we're trying to hear what you guys are saying. But when you're all over the place, what do? Well, you should take the lead. Now you want me to step out from behind you and get back in front of you. When you fought, you clawed, you pushed your way in front of me. And now I didn't know what I was doing. It's like somebody cutting in front of you, and they get to the front of the line and they're like, I don't really know what I want. You go. I was, but you decided to cut me. You were rude about it too. I already knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted last night. I came up with my phone in my hand. I already knew. That's how modern women are. They sit up here and they say a bunch of things. Well, we want this, and we want a man that's like this, and that acts like this and behaves like this. And then they turn around and criticize a man for it. And when the man stops and says, you got it. Let me step back and adapt. Why don't men approach us anymore? Whoa, where are the good guys at? Why aren't the hot guys, the attractive guys, the rich guys? They're not approaching us. Well, you said that's what you wanted. Number one. Number two, you said you didn't want a man. So instead of us continue to try to bum rush you to try to get to somewhere, we step back and say, you know what, I ain't gonna fight for it. This ain't no reason to get up in arms about it. I'd rather have my peace. Now y'all look back at a man and say, do you know what you want? Are you ready to order? Yeah, I was. I already knew what I was doing. I already knew where I was going in life. I already knew what I was supposed to. I knew my vision. I knew my goals. I knew all of that. But you decided that you're going to rush in front of me and tell me that your goals are better than mine. They're more fulfilling if we follow what you're doing. You decided to tell me that the stuff that I'm doing is not important. You decided to tell me that the family that we're building together is not important, and that I should put everything that I'm doing on the back burner. And when I did, I adapted. Now you're looking at me years later and telling me, this is not what I wanted to do. This is not how I saw my life going. Do you have anything that you wanted to do in life? Why don't you stand up and be a man and follow your dreams? Don't worry about, they'll divorce you, be sitting there talking trash at the restaurant with the girlfriends talking about, he just directionless. He didn't have any direction in his life. He really didn't know what he wanted. And I can't rely on you to lead me anywhere if you don't even know what you're doing. I told him, girl, right before I left him, I said, you've got to learn to heal. You've got to learn. You really need therapy. You've got to learn what you're going to do in life, where you're trying to go. Before trying to get with me, before trying to get with anyone. You don't need a woman. You don't need to find a woman. You need to find yourself. And a man sitting there on the couch like, what? How did we get here? And then they'll get in the comments, talk about the divorce came out of nowhere. Oh, he didn't know the divorce. He said he didn't know there was a divorce coming, but it's clear to see. No, it's not. Y'all were out there acting stupid, saying stupid stuff. And because all of y'all think the same stupid way, then it makes sense to you because you're thinking like an idiot. You're thinking stupid, just full of stupidity. That's what you're thinking like. And men are strong people, but they're still human. And so when you get out there on an island, or when you leave to go start a new life, some of these women with the dumb stuff they say can really twist you around. They can twist you and turn you and have you going in all separate directions. Not sure where you're supposed to be, not sure what you're supposed to be doing. And you're like, well, I thought I was going to be doing this, and I was well on my way to doing that. But she says she don't want to go that way. And they sitting there talking like, Doc, I mean, you already have the education for this, bruh. You already have X, Y, and Z going. What is she thinking? I don't know, man. But she says she don't want to do that. Bro, this is the golden ticket for you guys. This is going to change your life. Yeah, I've been telling that for 2 or 3 months, man. She don't want to do it. She don't want to go that way. Well, what are you going to do? I don't know, man. I got to figure out something else. Now this man got to go re-educate himself. He's got to go do other things. He's got to adapt. Just for you to come out and say, well, what did you want to do? What was your vision? What are your goals? And the man's got to step back in front. So now we get back to here when a man is saying, well, I would do a lot of things, but there's a certain version of myself that I know I have to show. And we're not even talking about being quote unquote toxic like y'all like to label everything. We're talking about, well, I was going to go in a certain direction. I was going to present myself. I was going to say certain things. I was going to be this certain person. But because I'm hearing a lot of women don't like that, then I step back and I went in another direction. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. But once again, you're going to get women online talking about where are the good men? How come men don't men anymore? How come good guys don't approach anymore? Because they've decided instead of listening to your bull crap, they were right in the first place. Especially men in their 40s and their 50s that had been through the whole ring around the rosy. Man, I spent literal years following you guys. And then to come and find out after all these years, they're trying to be a good man, a good husband, a good a partner, a good spouse. You don't know what the heck that you want to do. And you were lying and projecting all of this stuff onto me, but it was your problem. And now I didn't wasted my prime years messing around with you. So no, you can get out of my face. I'm going to keep to myself, and you can go do whatever you want to do. But don't contact me. Lose my number. Block me, because I'm certainly blocking you. Don't look up my address. Don't ask nobody about me. My mother and father, they don't know you. My friends don't know you. They are not a bridge for us to be talking to each other. Leave me alone.